Few places in the world rival the Amazon in terms of its breathtaking beauty and wonder. Within its lush jungles, you will find 1 in 10 of all known Earth species and 1 in 5 of the world's bird species. Despite our ongoing exploration efforts, the Amazon continues to unveil incredible surprises on an almost daily basis. Inspired by this, I have embarked on a journey to explore its mysteries. Brace yourself for a roller coaster of emotions, from amazement and bewilderment to moments that might make your skin crawl or even send shivers down your spine. Join me as we uncover the 15 strangest things recorded in the Amazon jungle that nobody can believe. Number 15. The painful initiation rite. The Saterra-Mau people are an indigenous tribe in Brazil, residing along the mid-Amazon River bordering the states of Amazonas and Para. Their population numbers around 13,000 individuals. One of the most renowned aspects of this tribe is their warrior initiation rite, which involves young boys undergoing a daring and painful challenge. To become a warrior, these boys must demonstrate their ability to endure pain and discomfort. The test involves wearing gloves filled with several dozen bullet ants. The process begins by rendering the ants unconscious through a natural sedative. Once unconscious, the ants are placed inside gloves designed to resemble oven mitts, which the young boys must wear. The gloves are crafted from a leaf that takes on this shape. As the ants regain consciousness, the boys are tasked with putting their hands into these ant-filled gloves. To prevent the ants from moving beyond the boys' arms, charcoal is applied to both arms, effectively confining the ants to the designated area. The boys must endure the excruciating pain of the ant stings for 5 minutes. The pain is similar to being shot with a bullet. Failing to handle the pain results in failing the initiation. Once the 5 minutes conclude, the boys remove their hands from the gloves. At this point, their hands and lower arms experience temporary paralysis due to the ant venom. They may endure severe pain, uncontrollable body vibrations, and hallucinations, which can last for several days until they fully recover. Over several months, boys in this tribe typically undergo this initiation process about 20 times before earning the title of warriors. Remarkably, there haven't been any reported deaths resulting from the bullet ant stings during this tradition, and it continues to be practiced to this day. Number 14. The Boiling River. Hidden within the heart of the central Peruvian Amazon, far from any volcanoes, lies a remarkable wonder known as the Boiling River, or the Chanay Timpishka, as it is referred to by the locals. This river is unlike any other, stretching for 4 miles and resembling a 2-lane road in width. But what truly sets it apart is its astonishing temperature, averaging a scorching 186 degrees Fahrenheit. To put it plainly, this river is so hot that it can instantly cook a small animal, and its mud-covered banks would cause third-degree burns in seconds if you stepped on them. The boiling river flows through a landscape surrounded by 60-foot walls of dense forest and vegetation, with its path guided by ivory-colored stones. For the people living nearby, this river holds sacred significance. It is believed to possess healing powers that are incorporated into traditional medicines. Local legends speak of a giant serpent spirit called Yakumama, or Mother of the Waters, responsible for heating the river's waters. However, scientists couldn't rely on legends alone. They were determined to uncover the scientific truth behind this natural wonder. They faced a perplexing question. How could a river in this remote region maintain such extreme heat without a nearby volcano? After extensive investigation and hypothesis testing, the answer emerged. A fault-led hydrothermal feature was at play. Water from the river seeped deep underground, where it heated up and then resurfaced through faults and cracks, turning the river into the scalding marvel we see today. Number 13. The Potu. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, let me introduce you to the peculiar and somewhat eerie Potu bird. What's your immediate impression when you set eyes on this bird? Potus belong to the neotropical bird family known as Nyctibidae. Within this family, there are 7 distinct species of potus, and they all share a common claim to fame: their astonishing camouflage abilities. These birds have gained some internet fame, often appearing in memes, thanks to their slightly comical yet somewhat unsettling appearance. With their disproportionately large, googly yellow eyes and their amusing name, potus have captured the imagination of many, But their peculiar looks are just the beginning of their story. Potus are insectivorous and nocturnal creatures. They inhabit a vast range spanning across Central and South American countries, as well as various Caribbean islands. The Amazon rainforest in particular hosts 5 of the 7 Potu species, showcasing their remarkable diversity. During daylight hours, Potus adopt a remarkable strategy. They perch almost motionless with their eyes closed on the tips of dead branches or tree stumps. In this state, they remain virtually invisible, blending seamlessly with their surroundings thanks to their tree-like plumage. To top it off, they possess magic eyes, small folds along their upper eyelids that allow them to detect movement even with their eyes closed. This remarkable adaptation enables them to keep a watch for potential predators while maintaining their camouflage. Come nightfall, Potus reveal their true hunting prowess. With their oversized eyes and large mouths, they are expertly equipped to swoop down from their perches and snatch up a variety of flying insects, including beetles, moths, termites, and more. So the next time you stumble upon a Potu, don't be fooled by its goofy yet creepy looks. Remember that beneath their appearance lies a world of fascinating adaptations and survival strategies that make them true masters of disguise and stealth in the wild. Number 12. Goliath Bird Eater. The name Goliath Bird Eater sounds fierce, and the creature that bears the name lives up to its reputation. These giants reside in the Amazon River basin in Peru, and they're truly the kings of the spider world. With a weight that can reach up to 6 ounces and a leg span nearly a foot long, the Goliath Bird Eater is the largest arachnid on our planet. Despite their name, these spiders don't make birds their primary meal, but they're big enough to do so on occasion. Insects form the bulk of the Goliath's diet, but they also have a taste for frogs and rodents. When they capture prey like a mouse, their inch-long fangs act like hypodermic needles, injecting neurotoxins into their unfortunate victim. Afterwards, the spider drags the dying animal back to its burrow, initiating the digestion process. Since spiders can't consume solid food, they first liquefy the prey's insides and then suck them dry. Interestingly, Goliath bird eaters don't have the best eyesight. Instead, they rely on modified leg hairs that are incredibly sensitive to vibrations, alerting them to potential dangers. If a predator gets too close, the Goliath has a unique defense mechanism. It launches harpoon-shaped hairs tipped with stinging barbs into the air by rubbing its legs together. These hairs target the assailant's eyes and skin, sending it fleeing. Female Goliaths employ these hairs to protect their egg sacs, which can contain anywhere from 50 to 150 eggs. Hatchlings stick close to their mother until they fully mature, which takes 2 to 3 years. While Goliaths don't spin webs to catch food, they do use their weaving skills to line their underground burrows beneath the forest floor. Despite being deadly to small creatures, the Goliath's venom is not lethal to humans. A bite from one of these spiders would be similar to the sting of a wasp. In some parts of South America, the giant spider is even considered a delicacy. Number 11. The long-lost settlements. Contrary to the long-standing belief that the Amazon remained an untouched wilderness before European arrival, recent discoveries have unveiled a different narrative. In 2018, the revelation came through satellite images that unveiled 81 lost villages located in one of the Amazon's remotest regions. A retired financial manager in Sao Paulo first stumbled upon these intriguing earthworks while browsing through free online satellite photos. Subsequently, archaeologists further examined these images using tools like Zoom Earth and Google Earth. This led to the excavation of 24 sites within the Amazon's southern basin. The previously unexplored area, initially deemed resource-poor for sustaining large settlements due to low rainfall and its distance from rivers, yielded surprising findings. Archaeologists uncovered stone tools, ceramic fragments, and distinctive dark enriched soil spread across extensive stretches of the region. The soil's unique composition suggests intensive historical farming practices, different from typical Amazon soil. The earthworks exhibit a diverse range of shapes, spanning from 98 feet to over 1,300 feet in diameter, and were inhabited from approximately 1,250 to 1,500. It is now believed that perhaps as many as 1 million individuals once managed the rainforest long before the arrival of Europeans. These earthworks, although appearing similar, likely belonged to various cultures with diverse languages. Unfortunately, many of these early inhabitants likely succumbed to genocide or diseases introduced by European contact, and with time, the Amazon gradually erased the traces of their existence. Researchers speculate that this region may conceal hundreds more undiscovered sites, waiting to unveil further secrets of the Amazon's rich history. Number 10. The strange decoy building spider. Have you ever seen a spider that builds decoys of itself? That's right. There is a type of spider that does just that, and it is one of the strangest creatures on the planet. The decoy-building spider is found in the Amazon rainforest, and it is a species in the genus Cyclosa. These spiders are relatively small, but their decoys can be much larger. In fact, some decoys have been known to be up to 5 times the size of the spider itself. The spiders build their decoys using a variety of materials, including dead insects, leaves, and even their own silk. They carefully arrange the materials into a spider-shaped structure, and then they attach it to their web. This behavior is highly complex and requires a great deal of intelligence and skill. The decoys are thought to serve a number of purposes. One possibility is that they scare away predators. Predators may see the decoy and think that the spider is much larger and more dangerous than it actually is. This could deter them from attacking the spider or its web. Another possibility is that the decoys attract prey. Prey insects may be drawn to the decoy. Once the prey insects are close enough, the actual spider can ambush and capture them. Scientists are still learning about the decoy-building spider and its behavior. But one thing is for sure, this is a truly unique and fascinating creature. Number 9. The isolated tribe. Deep within the untouched Amazon rainforest of Brazil resides an isolated tribe that has quietly led a hidden existence for centuries. Their remote way of life remained concealed from the world's gaze until 2017, when researchers successfully captured them on camera for the very first time. In the video footage, several individuals can be seen strolling through a clearing. One of them holds what appears to be a spear or stick, while 4 or 5 others stand near structures resembling thatched huts. Remarkably, none of them seem to notice the drone that's observing them from high above the surrounding trees. Reaching this remote area by foot is a formidable challenge, but Brazil's government protection agency, FUNAI, embarked on a journey to contact these indigenous people. Their team, accompanied by police, traveled approximately 112 miles of dense forest, using a combination of boats, trucks, and motorcycles during an expedition in 2017. During this endeavor, the team stumbled upon various signs of the tribe's presence, including hollowed-out tree trunk canoes, a hut, and an axe. FUNAI has identified a total of 107 isolated tribes in Latin America's largest nation, yet they adhere to a strict policy of non-contact. Instead of direct engagement, they opt to capture videos and photos from a respectful distance. These tribes are aware of the nearby cities and farms, but often choose isolation due to past traumatic encounters with the outside world. Such contact has led to deadly consequences, resulting in massacres or devastating epidemics that have decimated entire tribes. Number 8. Botos. Every spring in South America, as the rains pour down, the Amazon River and its tributaries undergo a remarkable transformation. The rising waters flood thousands of square miles of rainforest, creating an expansive, canopied sea. During this seasonal flooding, which lasts for half the year, a unique inhabitant takes center stage: the Amazon River dolphin, commonly known as the Boto. Botos possess the familiar dolphin smile, but unlike their oceanic counterparts, they sport distinctive features such as bulbous foreheads and elongated, slender beaks. Notably, male Botos can display a striking shade of pink. This pink hue is thought to be the result of scar tissue from rough play or conflicts over mates. Interestingly, the brighter the pink, the more appealing males become to females, at least during mating season. This romantic period coincides with the receding waters, forcing males and females back into the river's main channel. Male Botos engage in intriguing courtship rituals to woo potential mates. Some may rhythmically beat the water using branches or grass held in their mouths, or even hold up live turtles as part of their elaborate displays. Females, on the other hand, give birth to a single calf after an extended pregnancy lasting between 11 to 15 months. These calves nurse for over a year, remaining close to their mothers. Botos are known to travel in groups and exhibit a friendly and inquisitive nature, frequently interacting with humans. However, humans pose the only significant threat to these Amazon River dolphins. They are hunted for use as catfish bait or inadvertently trapped in gill nets. In traditional Amazonian folklore, it is believed that the Boto possesses magical abilities, capable of transforming into a human and coming ashore. Number 7. Lost city discovered from the air. The Amazon, one of Earth's last great wildernesses, has been steeped in legends for centuries, with tales of lost cities deep within its forests. What is less known is that the search for El Dorado, a supposed city of gold, lured Spanish explorers into uncharted territory, and some never returned. Now the story takes an intriguing twist as scientists uncovered evidence that ancient cities did indeed exist in the Amazon. Finding urban ruins in the dense, remote forests has always been a challenge, but a game-changing technology came to the rescue. From a helicopter hovering 650 feet above, scientists used light-based remote sensing technology to digitally reveal what lay hidden beneath the canopy. They unearthed the remnants of an expansive urban settlement near Llanos de Mojos in the Bolivian Amazon, abandoned roughly 600 years ago. These newly unveiled images provide intricate insights into the stronghold of the socially complex Kasarabi culture, which existed from 500 to 1400 CE. This ancient civilization constructed urban centers with impressive platform and pyramid architecture. A network of raised causeways linked numerous suburban-like settlements that sprawled for miles across a landscape meticulously shaped by an extensive water management system featuring reservoirs and canals. Yet the fate of the people who once inhabited this thriving metropolis and its surroundings remains shrouded in mystery. And sadly, it might stay that way because the Amazon jungle is changing rapidly. Forests are giving way to agriculture, ranching, energy production, and the infrastructure needed to support these activities. As the untouched areas holding the secrets of past cultures disappear, the chance to unravel their mysteries slips through our grasp. Number 6. The Candiru. If you venture into the waters of the Amazon jungle, you will stumble upon a creature that adds to the region's list of curiosities: the Candiru. This little fish calls the Amazon home and belongs to the catfish family. It is a slender, nearly transparent fish, usually measuring about 3 to 5 centimeters in length, although some specimens can grow up to 20 centimeters. In fact, it is one of the tiniest vertebrates in the world, earning itself the nickname toothpick fish. Now, what makes the Candiru so peculiar is its parasitic nature. It often lurks at the river's bottom, where it patiently stalks other fish to satisfy its bloodthirsty appetite. In this low-light environment, the Candiru is believed to track its prey by following traces of urea and ammonia emitted from their breathing gills. Once it catches up with its prey, this fish has a unique modus operandi. It latches onto its victim with a disproportionately large, expandable, disc-like mouth lined with sharp spines. In a fraction of a second, it penetrates the gill, using an umbrella-like array of spines to anchor itself firmly in place while it feasts on the victim's blood. Remarkably, within just 2 minutes, the Candiru's belly swells with blood. Once satisfied, it withdraws its barbs and heads back to the riverbed to digest its meal. Some unfortunate prey may find the Candiru lodged in their gills for an extended period, causing continuous damage. Now here's where the tales of terror come in. Among locals in the Amazon especially, this tiny fish is the stuff of nightmares. They warn travelers never to, under any circumstances, urinate while bathing or swimming in the river. The reason? The Candiru might be attracted by the urea and ammonia and travel up the urethra, mistaking it for the gill of a strangely shaped but still delicious larger fish. Or so the legend goes. If this aquatic invader does swim up the urethra, it proceeds with its nasty business, wriggling its way deep inside. Its slippery, mucus-coated tail makes it incredibly difficult to remove in time before it vanishes inside the person's genitals or rectum. And if you manage to grab it, its backward-pointing barbs inflict excruciating pain with each tug. Once inside, it seeks out a blood supply and starts feeding. Some stories even claim it swims up to the bladder, creating a new home and laying millions of eggs. However, despite the enduring fear of the Candiru among locals and tourists, many biologists and scholars consider its terrifying reputation to be more myth and legend than fact. Now, it's time for the subscriber's pick. Take a look at this image, which shows three strange creatures sitting in shallow water somewhere in the Amazon jungle. They have a strange bird-like appearance, and their bodies are covered in what appears to be damp feathers. Their heads are bald and narrow, with large eyes and sharp beaks. Their long legs are tucked under their bodies, and their feet dangle in the water. The creatures seem to be poised for something, their heads turned in the same direction. What are these creatures? And what would you do if you encountered them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Number 5. Amazon Geoglyphs. In recent years, something quite remarkable and unexpected popped up in the western Amazon: mysterious circular earthworks. These aren't your usual archaeological finds. They come in various forms, with some sites even having up to 6 of these circular enclosures. They can stretch anywhere from 100 to 300 meters in diameter and have ditches that are 11 meters wide and around 4 meters deep. How did we stumble upon these? Well, it all started in the 1980s when a large-scale deforestation project known as the Amazon Colonization Project swept through the region. As the trees fell, these strange circular shapes came to light. The sheer quantity of these circles is astonishing. More than 450 geoglyph sites have been mapped within an area of approximately 13,000 square kilometers in the state of Acre, Brazil. What's even more intriguing is that every time you clear some rainforest, more of these geoglyphs seem to pop up. It's like a never-ending mystery. Now, despite archaeologists rolling up their sleeves and digging into these earthworks, we are still left with some head-scratchers. Here is what we do know. Most of these geoglyphs were created somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 years ago, a time when different Amazonian communities were busy leaving their mark on the land with mounds, ditches, agricultural plots, and special soils. Even though archaeologists have been poking around these circular enclosures, they're often empty when it comes to cultural artifacts. However, near the entrances, they have stumbled upon fancy decorated pots broken on purpose, which adds another layer of intrigue. So what were these circles used for? It's believed they were like architectural hotspots for special occasions. Groups likely gathered here for important yearly events like fruiting seasons or for life's big milestones, including births, weddings, and funerals. These Amazonian geoglyphs continue to mystify us. They have shown up out of nowhere, leaving us with more questions than answers about their purpose and the people who created them. Number 4. The humpback whale. In 2019, marine biologists in Brazil stumbled upon a remarkable and perplexing discovery. They found a young humpback whale washed ashore. The whale measured 26 feet in length and 19 feet in width. The scientists came across the whale by following vultures that were circling above a mangrove area on Marajo Island, located within the Amazon. About 50 feet from the shoreline, they spotted the lifeless humpback lodged amidst dense shrubbery and brush. It had been dead for at least several days. What made this discovery even more astonishing was the location. While the Atlantic Ocean off Brazil is home to tens of thousands of humpback whales, they typically migrate south to their feeding grounds near Antarctica during the time of year when this whale was found. Yet, here was this humpback, some 4,000 miles away from its anticipated feeding grounds near the mouth of the Amazon River. It left the scientists baffled and intrigued. The scientists carefully examined the carcass, seeking clues to unravel the mystery of its death. Samples were collected for further analysis. Given the whale's size, about half that of a fully grown humpback, and its remote location, it was impractical to entirely remove it. One theory that emerged as regards the whale's death suggested that it may have become separated from its mother before meeting its unfortunate end. Another troubling hypothesis was that marine plastics, ingested by the whale, could have played a role in its demise, and the tides had washed its lifeless body inland. This extraordinary discovery in the heart of the Amazon raised questions that continued to puzzle the scientific community. Number 3. The zombie fungus. What if I told you there is a real-life horror story happening deep in the Amazon rainforest? It involves a parasitic fungus that gradually transforms its ant hosts into zombies before ultimately causing their death. This unsettling reality is happening right now in the Amazon, where groups of carpenter ants are falling victim to this creepy fungus. Here's how it goes down. The fungus targets the ants as they go about their ant business on the forest floor. Once inside the ant's body, this fungus takes over, controlling the ant's actions with special chemicals. Some infected ants start acting weird, wandering off to find fresh leaves, while others drop from the treetops onto leaves closer to the ground. This strange behavior helps the fungus spread its spores far and wide. The fungus forces the infected ant to bite down onto a leaf's central vein, essentially making the ant lock itself in place. After the ant dies, the fungus grows out of its head and releases spores that fall to the forest floor below, all under the cover of darkness. The fungus can't grow up high in the trees or down on the forest floor, but it turns out that the perfect spot for it is where these infected ants meet their end, on leaves. The humidity and temperature there are just right for the fungus to thrive. Just like in zombie stories, there is a period where infected ants seem totally normal to the rest of the ant colony. This is unusual because ants would kick out any sick ants to protect the rest of the group, but it seems the ants don't really have a mechanism to get rid of the fungus. While this fungus is always deadly for ants, it doesn't aim to turn every ant into a zombie. It's more like a way to keep the ant population in check. Scientists aren't exactly sure how the fungus controls the ants, but they do know it releases special chemicals into the ant's body as it takes over. Number 2, the glass frog. You have seen frogs before, but nothing will prepare you for the sheer strangeness of this creature called the glass frog. These tiny creatures, no bigger than your thumb, are like nature's living jewels. What makes them truly extraordinary is their translucent skin. Imagine a miniature frog with vibrant green skin that allows you to see its tiny organs, beating heart, and even its lunch digesting in its belly. That's the glass frog for you. These little wonders are found in the Amazon rainforest, where they lead secretive lives in the treetops. Their transparent skin, which can extend to their sides and parts of their back, serves as a form of camouflage. It's a phenomenon known as edge diffusion, allowing the frog's skin to blend with the brightness or darkness of its surroundings. This remarkable adaptation softens the boundaries between the frog's color and the background. In the daytime, they blend seamlessly with the leaves, making them nearly invisible to predators. Their see-through skin is a clever disguise, allowing them to hide in plain sight. So, on your next rainforest adventure in Central or South America, be on the lookout for these elusive glass frogs. With their extraordinary transparency and fascinating behaviors, they reveal the marvels of the natural world. Number 1, the massive earthworm. If you're thinking about where you would typically encounter enormous creatures, the lush Amazon rainforest should be high on the list. You have seen your fair share of earthworms, but none as colossal as the one we are about to introduce. In 2016, while exploring the jungles of Ecuador, entomologist and science communicator Phil Torres had an unexpected encounter near the Sumaco volcano. As he cruised through the foothills, a massive earthworm crossed the road in front of his vehicle. This worm stretched an astonishing 4 feet in length. What made it even more intriguing was its ability to expand and contract, altering its size by about 30% when touched. And like its smaller relatives, this giant earthworm had a slimy secret. It excreted goo when handled. The Latin name of this worm species, Martiodrilus crassus, literally translates to worm that feeds on dogs. Often likened to boa constrictors in earthworm suits, these creatures can grow up to 5 feet long. Similar to other earthworms, these giants spend their lives feasting on microbes and decomposing plant or animal matter found in the soil. So, what's your take on this colossal 4-foot-long earthworm? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.